Hey guys, what's up? Today in the Brick Lab, we're going to be exploring the jungle with baby Zippy. So this is a little miniature version of Zippy, the newest side character for Ninjago, who appeared on the island. He was basically like a giant puppy in the body of a dragon, and he was kind of a fun little side character. Of course, the set version of him is super massive and absolutely towers over actual minifigures, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to make a more minifigure scale version of Zippy. I'm really hoping this doesn't turn out like some of my other builds where they seemed like good ideas at the time, but in the end I kind of came to regret them because they just didn't really hold up. But anyway, this guy's kind of cute, he looks fun, so you know what, I'm gonna take the risk and post him anyway. Alright, so first things first, obviously we should compare Zippy to a minifigure, and here's how he stacks up next to Island Lloyd. Again, he does look like a miniature version of a dragon, but he's still bigger than a minifigure, and while he's not as accurate as he could be, he's as accurate as I felt like getting at this scale. In fact, I even was able to include that tongue that sticks out, which is a interesting little feature here, and you can see with that we actually can turn it from side to side, give it a couple little poses, which is a fun little touch that I'm quite proud of. Anyway, moving on here, yeah, this is Zippy's basic head. I tried to keep the main components of the actual dragon with the giant horns on the side of his head. The eyes here, the eyes that I'm using are from the Hedwig brick heads, but if you don't have them, you could probably swap them out for some of these yellow Apollo studs, basically the studs with a hole in the center, or maybe just plain yellow studs, I don't know. Although without the hole in the center, it kind of looks like they don't have pupils. Well, maybe that's just a little bit too zany. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this, to be honest. His eyes look just a little bit soulless now. Let's maybe switch back to the regular eyes. So yeah, that's basically it for his head. Now, while the larger version of Zippy actually is built at an angle, I thought it'd be better to put a mixel ball joint in the center here, just so that you could give him a little more posability. And of course, his arms and legs are pretty simple, but then again, at the scale, I mean, I really didn't feel like throwing in anything too complex. I probably could have thrown in some tooth pieces at the end of his feet to make little claws, but I thought he looked good enough without them. And then of course you can see we have those tiny little ineffective wings in the back, although to be honest, Zippy really doesn't need them from what I've seen of him. And then of course, finishing him off, we have little decorations here traveling up the back. And for his nose, I was actually kind of torn on that. I basically ended up sticking with these new curved rounded slopes, but if you don't have them, you might just swap them out for these cheese slopes here to maybe give him little nostrils. Again, the nostrils weren't the most prominent feature of his face, but I really wasn't sure what else to put here that looked good, so that's what I ended up with. But anyway, I'm not going to do a full-on build tutorial, but I will put a part list in the description, so if you want to download that, and then basically, like I pointed out in a couple of other videos, this is one of those builds that's so simple you could probably just pause the video at certain points and figure out how it's done. I mean, the underside you can see here is basically just plates. What you could also do is put some tan plates underneath here to maybe match up the rest of the underside of the body, but I felt like it would make the tail a little bit too thick, kind of like it is on the neck here, so I didn't bother doing that. But yeah, other than that, these pieces are teal 1x2 plates. Yeah, there's really not much more to him than that. And on the back here, you can see this is basically a teal slope with another teal plate behind it. But yeah, anyway, that's all I have for Zippy. And if you're wondering what this thing is, it's actually a coconut from the Tiger Widow Island set. Zippy seems to be pretty fond of coconuts, so I figured it would be good to give him one. Unfortunately, it can't fit in his mouth, but you could maybe balance it on his tongue a little bit, maybe with some sticky tack. But yeah, and again, Lloyd can't ride him, but then none of the ninja really rode him in the show, so that's not a big loss in my opinion. Although if you do want a ninja to be able to ride him, what you can do is just take out the gold ingot here and just have a minifigure stand there. Not the most elegant solution, but it works, I guess. Yeah, anyway, that's really all I have for you guys with this build. It's kind of a little simple build, and like I said, it's really super goofy, and honestly, I'll probably regret posting it eventually, but, I mean, he's goofy, he has a little bit of charm, he looks like a wild little gecko right here, so, you know, I will take the risk and just go ahead and post him. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today, so, yeah, you know the drill. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and do all that other good stuff. And if you want to see more of my content, please feel free to check out the other videos on my channel. And if there's something you want to see me build, feel free to leave a comment in the comments section below, and I will see what I can do. Again, that's all I have for you guys today, so I will see you next time.